from GM Authority by Jonathan Lopez. The article states 10 GM L87 engine lawsuits have been consolidated together. Look at this, Dane. They're putting all the lawsuits together into one giant lawsuit. A growing number of lawsuits targeting General Motors over alleged defects in the naturally aspirated 6.2-liter V8 gasoline engine have now been consolidated into a single class action. This will go forward in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan. This is for units that were built between 2021 and 2024 model year. Estimated 600,000 units are impacted by the recall, and that includes the Silverado 1500, the Chevy Tahoe, the Chevy Suburban, the GMC Sierra 1500, GMC Yukon, GMC Yukon XL, and Cadillac Escalade. These problems can lead to engine damage and in some cases require full engine replacement. When they do the recall, they're going to check for diagnostic trouble code P0016. There's also a test that we talked about before with a GM technician. Original class action lawsuit was Powell versus General Motors. Since then, 9 additional companion cases have been filed across various jurisdictions, and they've been paused and will be consolidated in Michigan, streamlining the legal process. So I don't know if these are different failure modes, just different. Looks like it's just different law firms.
Yeah, that makes more sense. They're probably just lumping them all together because they're all kind of the same.
Before we go to the comments, I would like to say the following. Okay, you guys know, full disclosure, Dane and I are fans of GM, but we're going to try to be objective here. And we also have to convey that we are not lawyers. So we're not going to get too deep into are they going to be found liable? Are they not? But what I would like to do is share with you some case law, or not case law, but other cases that have gone forth before in the past. You guys know I used to work at Toyota, so I'm a little bit knowledgeable about things that have affected them in the past. And I know one of those big things was the unintended acceleration problems with the Toyota Prius. This was back in 2009. So I thought to myself, well, maybe we could figure out what may happen with GM based on what has happened in the past with Toyota. There were a couple questions I had in my mind before I looked up these things. Some people are suing for a couple different things. They think that their vehicles are not going to be worth as much. So I thought to myself, can you really sue for that? People are suing because of money they had to spend for a rental car while they're waiting for the engine to be replaced. And I thought, well, let me look up to see if that's even something that you can sue for. And it looks like both of those things, Toyota lost money for those two things. Toyota situation, there was a major class action lawsuit for $1.1 billion. Toyota vehicles accelerated unexpectedly. It's easier to sue somebody in civil court. It's a lot easier than in a criminal court. You know, in criminal court, you need guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a very high standard. But in civil court, you just have to have a preponderance of the evidence. So 51% to 49%, just very close, but slightly for the other side. So with that type of standard, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy for whoever to sue a big company if there is some things that they are found liable for. I had to do some automotive legal nerd research this week, Dane. This is crazy.
Yeah, we're going on a little different route than we normally do here.
Yeah. Sussman Godfrey obtained $1.4 billion in Toyota unintended acceleration. Long story short, the people don't get that much money. The lawyers get a lot of this money.
Yeah, so if you ask the question, is GM going to have to pay a bunch of money in a class action lawsuit? The answer is more than likely yes, because these lawyers specialize in extracting money out of these corporations.
I think the question is really just going to be like how much they have to pay.
Right.
You know, it's not going to be whether.
Oh, they're going to pay.
They're going to pay something.
Yeah, they're going to pay.
Most likely.
The how much is the big thing. And usually what ends up happening, right, is they get a pool of money and then they get, however many people say that they were affected and can prove it or whatever. And then it gets divided amongst all of them. I
just asked the Google AI robot, how much money did plaintiffs make from the Toyota Prius unintended acceleration lawsuit? So there's not one single amount of money, because in this situation, some people got a lot more because some people were actually no longer alive
Hmm.
after that situation with the unintended acceleration.
Hmm.
So obviously, those people are going to get more compensation than people who sold their vehicles at a loss. Let's look at this. For owners who sold their vehicle at a loss due to the alleged value depreciation caused by the unintended acceleration issues, payments range from $150 to $10,000 depending on the level of depreciation. Really, 10,000. Huh? This is for current owners whose vehicles weren't eligible for a brake override system installation. These individuals received between $37 and $125. Okay. This provided a warranty for certain parts related to unintended acceleration for 3 to 10 years. And then there were some other people who got up to $250. Like most of these type of lawsuits, you may be eligible for something, most likely won't be that much. I mean, it'll be in the hundreds and not the millions. So
Right. Right. Yeah, it's not going to be that much money because they're going to warranty your engine anyways. They're taking care of the bulk of the expenses. In
yeah.
some dealerships, not all, but some, will loan you a vehicle. Not all have the ability to do that. So if you had to get a rental car or whatever, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but it's a mechanical item.
So
Any mechanical item can fail.
yes, exactly. So if I were you, if you think that you are affected by this, I would save your receipts. You may be eligible for reimbursement for anything you paid for a rental car. Maybe, I don't know for sure, but that has happened in the past. You may be eligible for something for depreciation because that has happened in the past. So we'll see. I don't know. That's the only advice I could really give you. I understand that you're upset. So yeah, if you have anything to say or if you've been affected by this situation, let us know what happened. We're going to try to get through this.
Hmm.
Okay. You know what I noticed sometime, Dane?
What's that?
That people who are fans of Toyota and Honda,
Hmm.
if something happens to Toyota or Honda, they are still remain fans of that OEM. They're still like, oh, well, we'll get through this. At least they're, extending the warranty or this or that. But
Yeah,
when
they're
I
very
see
loyal.
people talk about GM in the comments, they're like, oh, I hate GM. Oh, I wish they would go bankrupt. Oh, they need the new CEO. Oh, I'm gonna throw myself off of a bridge if GM ever does this to me again. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro,
Right. Yeah, you got 70 years of awesome V8s, and you get one little hiccup that causes lifter failure and and bearing failure, and they're the most pile of junk thing on the planet. Like, come on. Ford's had that crown forever, and they're doing a good job retaining
yeah. So
it.
we'll get through it, you guys. We'll get
Yeah,
through it.
it'll be all right.